Sorry. Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 14th of April. So, what we got in store for today then? Firstly, morning all, and let's let's get on and look at the risk events coming up today. Now, we'll start off looking on the right page, hopefully. So we can go to today, will be good. That's all I need. There we go. So, core retail sales this afternoon. We've had all the inflation data out now this week, so in fact I just wanted to show you the inflation data. I needed that back open. So the inflation data came out below expectation. It was or forecasts came in at minus 0.1 versus the 0.2 on the core PPI and minus 0.5. So we saw the euro continue to push up on that basis, and well, the dollar to continue selling. It was probably the easier statement, and even the unemployment claims grew a little bit. Now both these factors are sort of showing that what they're doing is starting to, I say strangle, but that's probably the best term, to slow down things, make it even more difficult for the consumer. Right, okay, let's have a look then at the markets themselves, starting off with Forex, of course, and the euro dollar. Well, the euro, you can see yesterday had a good solid day. It's broken now through its prior high there. Solid old day. And well, would you fight against it? Well, probably a lot will, and we'll be tempting to look for the tops and the bottoms of these markets as they spend most of their time doing. Yes, this has got some divergence across the highs there. We've had divergence before, and yes, this could come back. It's got a daily pivot below. It hasn't hit the R1 yet, so today we could see this retracement. In fact, I would quite like it to retrace off there. We'll see if it's a good clean move. That's fine. The only thing, at some stage the trend has got to come to an end, but will it? And I'm not really going against this market, so a bit of patience needed this morning for me on the euro. The pound, well, that too is continuing to, let me just get rid of these pivots for a moment. I know I don't normally get rid of pivots. Whoops, let's get rid of these ones. That's it. I've got the wrong pivots on here. I had to reboot, sorry. The pound, likewise on a daily basis, pushing up quite solidly. Yesterday it's pitched up a little bit again. Today again you've got the divergence sitting there, I should imagine, across the highs there. In fact, let's just bring one up and have a look. Yep, you see the MACD and the RSI both popping down a little bit there on the from the previous high. So it's, yeah, we may get a bit more correction. Can we trade these? Of course we can, but should we? Probably not, because we don't know exactly when they're going to come to whether it's going to break through. If this actually catches the pivot, it does look a bit more bearish then, but that doesn't mean to say I'm out for a sell when you're looking at what's happening on these bigger time frames. The bigger time frames got to count through. Now, I did a video yesterday. I was in a bit of a ranting mood, and I did a video, so I do apologise, but you can find it on my video list around selling tops and buying bottoms. And well, people have been doing it for months, and if you look at what's happening with these markets for months, well, they're going completely the opposite way. Dollar yen's a little bit slower in all of this. Let's just zoom in a little bit. The dollar yen's been a little bit slower. It still came off yesterday, broke down the little trend line there. It did a little bear flag. Overall, it was originally the bigger downward move. Now it's dancing around a little bit here. This to me was the weakest link the day before. When we saw the CPI news, it came out and bounced quite a way back. Yesterday it had none of that really. It had a little bounce back and eventually through to the early part of the Asian session there. But then, well, I don't know, it's almost hit the R1. If it can hit that, sorry, the R1, the pivot, if it hits the pivot and starts breaking the lows of this, then I'm interested, but could be a whale on there. Aussie dollar, the Aussie dollar is a mess at the moment on the dailies there. It's, well, continue to push up there, I mean, you need to zoom out a little bit to get the Aussie dollar in get the proper picture on the Aussie dollar there. I was a little bit too zoomed in, but it struggled here. It's been in this a rising channel for some time. It broke the bottom of it, but it's back to the highs here. Now this is more of a ranging market effectively, so it's at the top of its range. It's possibly come down towards its pivots there, its daily pivots there is a possibility a little bit easier, so it's got an easier route down there. Again, it's in a strongish move. Okay, dailies can't claim it's overly strong, but that could change. It could break out that bottom or out that range. As I say, it's a rising channel effectively on there, but maybe got a little bit more chance of rolling if you're looking for the rollover. US dollar CAD, I wouldn't try and stand in the way of this one in terms of the sell point. It just continued rolling over yesterday and is just ahead of the game a little bit here at the moment. Probably it's one of the stronger pairings out there. So short term, is there a trade on it? Not really at the moment. It could be getting to a bit of an exhaustive move. Again, there's been a bit of divergence, but it's saying that it is consolidating around these lows. There's nothing stopping it continuing to roll southbound. Getting into some of these trades is the frustrating bit. I want to get into some of these long positions, and yet at the moment they've either gone without me, or they're chopping around. So it's not all a case of, oh, I want to be trading on the right side of the trend, I'm going to be in. It's a case of trying to making sure you get in a decent position. Euro yen yesterday made yet another high before having a bit of rollover on the news. The yen was just so much stronger than the euro in the afternoon there on that news, but it has bounced back since, and well, we'll probably see a similar old case of it pushing back this morning and making a new high. We've got massive numbers of traders, retail traders, that are short on this market at the moment, and just as they are on the dollar Swissy, they're long on that, and both of these markets are going obviously in opposite directions there. The Euro Aussie, nothing much there at the moment. I'm just going to switch through. Actually, Euro Aussie could come to something. I'll just go back to that. Euro Aussie could come back to something. It's sort of if we see a breakdown here, but we're seeing the Aussie soften a little bit against the dollar. Well, to be fair, so's the euro, but the euro just might take back over. Euro CAD yesterday in the afternoon came off, the CAD being the strongest there. It's given us this little flaggy sort of pattern, got some potential for the roll or continuation to the downside. We'll watch this morning. It's possibly one of the better ones at the moment. And let's just look at the pound CAD on that basis. It might even have a better picture. No, it's right down the bottom of my channel now though. I drew this on, it must have been yesterday we was looking at this. It's right the way back to the channel. It was looking at one stage that it was going to break to the upside. It was looking to see if it broke to the upside, and it just continued rolling back there. It shows you how strong the Canadian dollar is against its peers. Okay, Aussie CAD was another alternative on the short side potential, and well, it's starting to break down a bit now. Sorry, I was looking at all sorts of things. You can tell that it actually had changed a lot of direction on this Aussie CAD. It actually put higher lows in, and it was looking actually a bit more positive. There you go. It broken the trend line. It done quite a few things, but just rolling back now again. So as I say, the Canadian dollar ruling the roost at the moment. So not a lot of patience needed when they're like this. You can go try and scalping. As I said, I'm sure that a lot of people will try to trade against some of these trends because they do look a little bit soft. I say soft, they've got divergences. They're not necessarily soft. So patience there on the Forex side of things. Would love to see something I could say, well, that's ready to go. Maybe in an hour's time we'll see something a little bit better. Looking across other markets and gold. So gold continued to shove up yesterday. Don't think there's any stopping this for a little while. Maybe a slowdown. It's consolidating where it is at the moment. How these markets consolidate is important. If they just if they're pushing and consolidating around the highs, they've got much more chance of pushing up. If they have a little retrace and start consolidating, well, we've got more chance of this one here is not the best of examples, but where you get the sort of push up and it's coming away and consolidates away from its high, then it may have a retracement, sort of more of a retracement. This did a similar, it's sort of this area over here, just it pushed up, it didn't consolidate near the tops. This is much more near the tops where it is at the moment, which might suggest it will push on upwards. We'll see. That's gold. Oil. So oil had a down day yesterday, not surprising after it's stretching its legs, and it's sort of near the key resistance sort of levels, sitting there probably around $84 a barrel, is holding things at the moment. There's a resistance point, but it's hanging in there. Is when you come down the time frames, you saw yesterday mostly chopping here. And the way it's now come down and chopping here, perhaps it is showing us the signs that it could roll back a bit. Okay, oil. Let's get a quick look through the equity markets. The CSI 300 here. That's we're on a daily. Okay, so it's little ball flag starting to come back positive again. As I said, most of these equity markets will start to pick up again, and the Nikkei continues to do so here as well. Nifty 50 was the one that was taking a time to come out, but again much more into a bullish sort of zone now. So any retracements may give a good opportunity to continue pushing up there. It's a very clean move at the moment. Moving to US markets, the S&P futures here. Again, yesterday solid day, but it's still quite rangy and not easy to do too much with. And it's like this, you can probably intraday trade the ranges, and could certainly have traded the range up yesterday. But again, the Dow Jones this morning, yesterday it just closed bullish engulfing or continuation sort of type bar there, but taking a breather at the moment. Nasdaq's a little bit more positive at the moment to where it closed, but again consolidation pretty close to the highs here, so just not managing to I think retail sales might give another bit of a flavour, but there's all this concern now, will they, won't they sort of increase? Is there enough pressure coming on not to increase next time? If they don't increase next time, we'll see the equity markets more likely push further up. So the DAX continue to push up there. Ranges are very tight on the DAX. When you come down, you can see it's quite rangy and quite choppy during the daytime. Not an easy market, the DAX, when it's chopping, and it can be ruthless with its chopping in terms of traders trying to scalp it and trade it. Yes, it has some lovely moves at times amongst there, but it's all the chop that you get involved beforehand. Much probably safer to be swinging it than trying to trade the short term on there. The FTSE again solid day yesterday, and well, tapping there, trying to push on through. Some of the data out has been positive for the UK, and we could see that reflect more on the equity markets, but certainly it's pushing back towards its prior highs here, steady I would say. I wouldn't necessarily say massively slowly, but steady. Okay, that's pretty much it there. Let's just have a look at the cryptos, because I haven't looked at them for a day or two. If I can find the ones I want. Bitcoin, there we go. Let's have a look at what's happening here. So Bitcoin, that's pretty much expected. It again consolidated, not for too long, around its highs there, and it's pushed up again this morning. So sort of some solid movements on these markets, and the Ethereum's up 5% today. It's up as much as it made the whole of yesterday at the moment. So we're seeing certainly money running through into these, and to a degree with a weaker dollar you would expect a stronger coin here. Ripple also up 4% this morning. Yesterday Ripple's been struggling a little bit more, but getting towards there, as opposed to the other markets that have been largely just as Litecoin just pushing up there. So a lot of these up strongly this morning at the moment. We'll see if they can continue. The the map, they certainly look significantly more bullish than they had done. If you're just looking at them purely on a technical basis, they're solid. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. I wish you a great day's trading. Let's just check. Okay. Thanks, Rizzo. So, I'll catch you later, and I'll speak to you on Monday. Have a great weekend. If you're trading the crypto over the weekend, well, maybe the upside might be with you. Take care. Bye for now.